Hi everybody, it's Mark Shellshear. This is the Mark Arts Show coming to you from the Shellshear project in Brisbane, Australia. We're dealing with a question that I was asked over the weekend, a written question, and there's many parts to it. And today I want to deal with the last part of the question. If you want to hear the whole question, you need to watch yesterday's video because I'm not going to read out the whole question. I'm going to read out parts of it because the last part will lead into the rest of the week. Okay, I'll just read it for you. It says, the other thing is, I never see an advert on TV about a gallery or artist. Every other commodity is on there. Why not art? Now that's a very good question, but the thing is, art is not a mass media product. It doesn't sell to the masses like toothpaste or like toilet paper or things that are mass produced. So art is a specialist product, a very specialist product. Just like you don't see advertising on television for antiques or specialized porcelain or things like that, or marble sculptures. These are very specific, specialized products that target a very niche market. Now, the other thing about television advertising is that it is scattergun. It shoots everywhere. We don't hit the target we want to get to. And that's one of the problems with it. It really is a difficult thing. Okay, television is also expensive. So the next question would be, if a gallery is going to advertise an artist on television, who pays? The gallery or the artist? Or do they both pay? And what guarantee of return will they get for the amount of advertising they do? Okay, so I think that we'll never see advertising of galleries or artists on television. One, because galleries are under so much pressure now to keep their overheads down, their staff, manage their staff better, because prices are going up. And as somebody else said, galleries today not only charge you a high commission, but also charge you a hanging fee. So they're struggling. And I've said that to you, galleries are in a place where they've got to totally reinvent themselves in many respects. Okay, now what about other advertising? Does it work in artist magazines? Well, the problem with artist magazines is only artists read them. So advertising in an artist magazine might be great for the ego, and it might get lots of artists saying, hey, that was good to see your work there. But the fact is, it doesn't reach the people you want to reach, that niche market who would have the money to afford to buy art. So where do you go? If you do need to advertise in magazines, you need to think about home decor magazines, you need to think about interior decorating magazines, you need to think about design magazines. All these are the type of magazines that people who would purchase art would read. Now, and the other thing about advertising in magazines is you can't do it once. And many people make that mistake. You've got to do it over and over and over and over and show the same painting 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row or 6 months in a row, whatever. So there's a huge amount of money you need to outlay to do any kind of advertising. And as most artists are not in a position to do that, therefore advertising doesn't happen. Okay, but if you are, specialize it. You've got to go where the client is that you are looking for. Because if you don't go to the client, you're not going to get it. Now people say, well, we should advertise in newspapers. Well, again, not everybody reads newspapers, so I don't see the value in it. I know people, I have arguments about this with people. I don't read newspapers. I'm a 60s demographic. I don't read newspapers. I read little news, so I wouldn't go to other magazines that of similar thing. If I'm looking for art, I look on the internet for art. If I'm looking for a specific artist, I look on the internet for a specific artist. So for me, artists need to really think about where they put their product and why they are doing it. I personally think still that Facebook is the best place to put your art. But you've got to think about it when you do it. It's not about just putting a picture up or a picture of a painting up and saying, the title, medium, size. You've actually got to now tell a story. You've actually got to be an advertising company. You've got to write your own copy and you've got to connect with people. Just putting a picture up on Facebook it's in the ether. It doesn't work. You need to actually tell a story. Now, and you've got to do it every single day and at least twice a day. And still people are using the internet. I see it. Young people that I deal with back in the Philippines. Young people who should know better use the internet like a magazine. Well, we put a picture up today, so we don't have to do it till next week. That's not true. You have to do it every day of the week, and you have to do it consistently, and you have to put thought into it, and you have to write copy to go with it. I call it storytelling. But in the advertising industry, they call it copywriting. Okay, you've got to do that, and you've got to be on Instagram and things like that. You've got to show your work. If you don't show it, then people don't see it. Now, collectors do look through Facebook and look at artist sites. And I'm going to talk about artist pages tomorrow because that's another part of advertising. But there's another area where artists really let themselves down in, and that is the follow up on people who have purchased from you in the past. It's much easier to sell your paintings to somebody who's already bought your paintings. So get email addresses. Now, when I say get email addresses, I don't mean get every email address you can possibly get. No. Get the email addresses of people who really love your art, follow you, and want to hear from you. You don't want to send it to 1,000 people who are not interested in you. That's just a waste of time and it's annoying. It's like spamming. But if people have bought off you and you ask permission from them so that you can send an email to them with work, telling what you're doing, in essence, it's advertising. You will get sales from that. Use Facebook correctly, advertise on Facebook, and that's what you're doing. But do it every day, twice a day with copy. And you can show the same paintings 2 or 3 times. I see no problem with that. I mean, things go through news feeds now so quickly that, give it a couple of days. I mean, I know how I would approach it long term if I was still painting, and I wouldn't do it like most people do. Okay, my friends, I hope that helps. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about artist pages and a little bit more about Facebook. But look, you've got to do it the way an advertising company would do it. You would book 50 ads. That's what you do with Facebook. And you've got to have copy. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that encourages, I hope that helps, I hope that answers some questions, gives you some insight into the amount of work you've got to do. You're not just an artist, you have to be an advertising agency as well. You have to be a video agency, you have to be audio, you have to be doing everything, because in this day and age, every eyeball is on telephones. Look around the room. Everybody's looking at their telephone, everybody's on Instagram, everybody's on Facebook. Get there and work hard. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Remember the people are out there hurting. Hugs and smiles are free. Give them away generously. And we're going to continue this conversation tomorrow, and I'd love to hear your opinion. Give me some ideas what you think about what I'm saying. Do you think I'm totally loco, or do you think we're heading in the right directions? Okay, guys, have a fabulous day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao.